Well, it was exceptionally boring, but we did it. And all that matters is that we're through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. This is the Highbury squad. Welcome to the post-game show, Arsenal v Newcastle. I'd like to start with this image. Who's this?
Kieran.
There you go. This guy. Come on.
Our guy.
All right, you guys. It was a really terrible game, to be honest. It came to life towards the end of the second half. Leno makes an amazing save. We missed a lot of chances. KC, I'm going to start with you before we go to Amanda. Team choices. We saw Martinelli get injured in warm-up. You guys have been super vocal about resting Martinelli. I wanted him rested in the FA Cup, not so much the Premier League. Seems a bit of a management
Sophie,
situation.
The truth of the matter is, it's whether it's the Cup or the Premier League, this is going to happen. He's been out a long time. We can't just expect him to come back and be up to speed. It's not going to happen. And he has been rested, hasn't he? You know, so...
But today was an unnecessary risk, really.
No, how was it unnecessary? How? When he didn't play before. He didn't play at West Bromwich Albion.
He should have just been at home with a cup of tea. Why
not?
No,
but why? Why when he didn't play at West Bromwich Albion? He'd had the rest. But the problem is, when players have been out a long time, it takes time. We can't just... Oh, he'd be ready for the Premier League. If he's not ready for the FA Cup, he won't be ready for the Premier League.
It's not that he's not ready. He got injured in training in the warm-up.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Well, you've got to be ready for the game, and he's not ready. Well, maybe his body's going to take a bit more time.
He hasn't played for... Sophie hasn't played for 10 days.
Am I speaking or are you speaking?
I'm backing you up, for fuck's sake.
Hey, steady on. I'm not finished. I'm trying to explain it. Yeah, they're telling me. Jesus, please.
Well, it's got hot under the collar and we've won. I mean, we didn't even lose this game, so I don't quite know what's going on right now. I think what we're trying to say, KC, totally understand that, right? And, you know, playing him out of injury is always going to be a good thing. But when we know that he is quite fragile and that he's coming back from a super long-term injury, it was going to be okay to rest him today and work on all the other things behind the scenes that will keep him. Obviously, match fitness is the key thing for a player coming back from major injury. But it really, I'm with Amanda on this, it really wasn't necessary to have him in the squad today. Just my opinion.
I'm with Kev. Sorry, Soph. I'm with Kev on this because, I'm with Kev. I think...
You guys have been wanting to rest him and wrap him up in cotton wool.
Yes, but he didn't play against West Brom. So he hasn't played. So when do you start him? He could have got injured next Thursday night. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think he's just... he's not ready. He needs to be managed. And I don't know, maybe he's going to be one of those players, please God no, that just keeps getting injured. But I didn't have a problem. I wanted him on the bench today. That's what I said. I didn't want him starting. But anyway, go on, Kev. Carry on because she came to you first.
No, for me, it was just a matter of Martinelli could get injured anytime.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying, Amanda, right? But for me, he didn't play against West Bromwich Albion. He played 60 minutes, 65 minutes against Brighton. So his football in the last 10 days has been limited. So it's right to try and get him some minutes today, but unfortunately he broke down in the warm-up, and that could happen before any game.
Yeah.
So obviously his body ain't quite ready yet.
Well, I mean...
Which is sad.
Yes.
Which is sad. It's sad.
It is sad. It just could be one of those players, though, couldn't it? It's so much potential, and he could just be constantly getting
let's
injured.
not even go there yet.
I know. Let's not put it out to the universe.
Yeah, let's not go there.
I mean, it could have just. It could have been just. Obviously, it's. Hopefully, it's nothing. It was just like a roll. It looked kind of bad, to be honest with you, at the time. But let's hope that it's just something, innocuous, where he can come back and be of value to the team. And I agree, Amesy, injuries happen, like shit happens, but unfortunately, he's the kind of player that we really need in the squad right now. And that was so evident. And that's where I want to go with you guys, because if we were in a courtroom right now and someone was on trial, I would be the lawyer that says, Your Honor, I'd like you to look at Exhibit A, Willian, Pepe, Luiz, Willock. Absolute garbage. Let's throw them out in the trash for today. And the energy completely changed when the changes were made. Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka, Lacazette completely changed it in injury time. Pepe, again, another lesson, PG, to Mikel Arteta about who is really the energy in this team now and how this team is evolving. Even Aubameyang got a goal when they came on.
I know, but even he has to manage the kids properly too. So I was quite pleased he put a couple of them on the bench. And in my eyes, because we're all managers when the team comes out, he would bring them on if we needed them, and we needed them. And all of us, well, certainly me and Sophie have absolutely been behind Lacazette, full stop, for months. He is more important to us than Aubameyang. He was the gel when he came on. I mean, obviously Emile Smith-Rowe, we'll get to all that, but I don't know where you want me to start, because there's just so much that went on in that game.
I just
even though it was naff.
Okay, it was a naff game, so let's continue on this path, because Willian was complete garbage.
Musa's wrong. Willian is not Jeffers 2-0. That's an insult to Jeffers. Jeffers was better than Willian for us, honestly.
Super Kev, Willian, if you talk to a lot of Chelsea fans, they'll tell you this is the player you bought. Really good in a couple games and then goes on a run of 10, 12 games where he just is kind of poor. Obviously, he's achieved a lot and we've seen him do great things at Chelsea. But most staunch Chelsea players who have season tickets and watch him week in, week out will tell you that this is what used to frustrate them about Willian.
Well, they still used to win, and he still used to produce.
But not because of him.
No, but he used to score. Again, last season, his numbers were up, weren't they? But listen, this just isn't working out. It's that simple. He's a shell of the former player. He's a shell of the player I saw last season. And is it because of confidence, or sometimes you could move clubs and it just don't work out. And the way it looks, I'll be honest with you, and you very rarely hear me say this, I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him because
on his 200,000+ salary a week. Poor Willian.
Sophie.
I've been there. He's coming early.
No, but I've been there. I know what it feels like. When don't matter what you do, you can't do anything right. It does happen. But hold on. So you could say whatever you want. I've been there. I know what it feels like. It's not nice. And I'm not saying listen.
How long were you there for?
No,
not as long as him.
Sophie. It don't bloody matter how long I was there. The fact of the matter is I can relate to it. That's my point.
Yeah.
I can relate to it. Yeah, maybe I wasn't there as long as he was. But the fact of the matter is I know what it feels like and it ain't nice. That's why I had some sympathy for him. I'm not saying, throw the chicken sinking as well. You know what I mean?
Kev.
They were chickens. That would have been more fun.
Kev, he hasn't even had a couple of good games. The first game, we thought, wow, what a player against Fulham. I was so excited after being a bit concerned about buying him. But the thing is, I don't actually have an issue with him. I have the issue with Arteta keep picking him. I just don't understand it. In my head, Arteta is doing everything else right. He is in my head. But this just astounds me. You can feel sorry for him. I agree with Sophie on 200 grand a week. I don't really feel that sorry for him. Has he got a 3-year contract with us? Because it's actually scaring me that is a fact. Okay, right. He shouldn't be playing. End of. That's it. I'm astounded, and I don't see what he brings to the team. Thank God he got substituted today. Thank God he did. That's my only query. If I met Arteta now, I'd sit him down and I'd say, Mikel.
Okay,
Right.
so
Sophie, do you know what? That's not bad for Mikel Arteta with PG.
Yeah, there'd be one thing.
Having only one thing. I tell you what,
one
I'll
thing on the
take one
list.
thing. I'll take one.
She's got more for you on her list than she has.
know
I've
she
got
has.
a
Oh,
list.
my
I've got a list.
Let's be fair too, Pranit. I agree with you. What do you think about Pepe? Clock Orange. Pepe was shy too. He had in the first half, he made a really exquisite pass to Reece Nelson, and Reece Nelson couldn't control the ball from the left side to the right side. I don't know if you guys remember that. He had a couple of moments where I think he could have done a lot more. But once again, woof, you look at Willian and Pepe. You know, these players just playing with zero confidence. Casey, like zero. They got nothing.
And you know what? The game might have been a bore, but this is where I love it, because we can dissect and we can look at the difference when the youngsters come on with Lacazette. You see the dynamic, you see the energy, you see the fire. You could see it, you could feel it, and as they started to get the feel of the game, you could see everything started to perk up. But before, it was a kind of a bore, wasn't it? It was kind of a bore. I'm telling you now, not only for the wide players, but our midfield, certain midfield is poor. It is poor.
Mm-hmm.
When Granit Xhaka can come on
and have an impact
and help the thing move on, we got a poor midfield.
No, but credit where it's due. Newcastle was starting to get a little bit of momentum. We saw Leno make an amazing save at the very end of the second half, you guys. And we're going to get to some player ratings towards the end.
Why don't we go through each player?
Let's just do that, because it's the easiest way to do it. So let's just start with Leno. He had hardly anything to do. And welcome to the 200 plus in chat right now. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to the Highbury Squad post-game FA Cup show. For me, Leno deserves an 8 just based on the save he made from Andy Carroll. And PG, when you're just standing there, literally you can have tea and scones for the most of the game, and then you make a save like that and then the second ball and go in the way he did. That was unbelievable.
Well, he saved us. We wouldn't have been in the game. They would have won the game. It was like I think it was a treble save, if I'm honest, a double or a treble save. I remember it. I was like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then the ball gets out and I'm just like, Leno has just saved us. So yeah, definitely an 8. I've definitely given Leno an 8 on that one.
I'm with you.
I'm getting 8s and 9s in the room, you guys.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It's very hard for a goalkeeper. There's nothing to do. And you know what?
Concentration.
Exactly. And he is just building each match, isn't he? To becoming a little bit more confident.
Yeah. All right. So he gets, I think we all agree that he had a good game just based on that one save. Let's go to that right side, Cedric. So bored of him. I just don't see it. I was really excited when we signed him from Southampton, because proven Premier League player, but maybe we just got the wrong proven Premier League player. He was decent.
I thought he was steady.
Yeah.
I thought he was steady today.
Much.
I would say.
But what do you expect him to do? You tell me Sophie, you tell me what you want him to do, please.
I mean, I just think that discipline-wise, defensively, he's much better, I think, than Bellerin. But I think, for me, if Maitland-Niles is in that position, there's just a little bit more going forward. And Maitland-Niles, I've always liked pairing with Pepe. They seem to have played well together before. So I would have gone for that instead of playing Cedric today. So that's why, I feel like, just a bit blah. He's just a bit blah. That's it. He's blah. He's not Brian, he's blah.
So what's your score then?
5.5.
Oh, I was going to give him a 7.
You guys go ahead.
I would give him a 7. I thought he was all right.
Yeah.
There was nothing. He never got done on the outside. I thought he was fine.
Right.
I think he hasn't had many games.
Yeah. I don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what people expect. I don't.
Well,
we are
expectations. This is Arsenal Football Club.
We are a struggling team who are just starting to find our feet.
We're not a struggling team when we have certain players in the team.
No, we are a struggling football club who are finding our feet. That's
All
it.
right. Let's go to the next play then.
Tierney.
Oh, 24.
Well, I was going to go middle. I was going to go.
Oh, I thought you were going to do fullbacks first and then.
All right, we'll
centre.
do that. So let's go there just so I can put this picture up.
Someone's got a T-shirt in the Gooner Gals of that. I saw it today. Brilliant.
And this one too, where he's just in the snow, not giving a shit about anything. And this one,
he's enjoying the snow, isn't he?
And this one,
he's enjoying it.
as you know, you could probably see who I've chosen as my man of the match, but oof, 9.
I cannot believe Danny Mills gave man of the match to Emil Smith-Rowe. Tierney by far.
Danny Murphy, you mean? Danny Murphy.
Yeah. I keep saying Danny Mills the whole way through it. No wonder Cole kept saying I got it wrong. Danny Murphy kept. He didn't even consider. He said Tierney played well. Well, Tierney was outstanding. Man of the match. 10, 11, 12, whatever we want to give him.
Yeah,
he was a 9 for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm giving him a 10.
How many crosses did he put into the box for that forward line?
We kept fluffing our line.
We missed them all.
Yeah. After your ball, my ball. It was ridiculous.
Joe Willock got on the end of one and he was unlucky, but he is, do you know what? He's just superb, Tierney.
He really is. He's a total hero. Okay, so let's go to David Luiz. KC.
David Luiz, I thought was okay. Obviously, had to deal with Andy Carroll, but I'd give him a 6. Actually, I'd give him a 6. It wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible, so I'd give him a 6.
PG?
I probably would say 5.5. I can't get to 6 with David Luiz. I don't think he was great.
Did you say you can't get to 6 or 6? I can't. Sorry, that was a little.
I can't get to 6. I cannot get to 6 with David Luiz. But he wasn't terrible. But there's just something about him I just don't like at the moment. There is something. But have to be fair. Andy Carroll was absolutely everywhere. He was in his own box.
Well
he was in.
He
played
you know
well
what?
today.
I'd give him man of the match for definitely for Newcastle. Unbelievable. Yeah. He was everywhere. He was like a defender and an attacker all in one go.
He actually played better in defence than he did in attack today.
I think he'd be a better defender than he is in front of goal, to be honest. But anyway, I'd go 5.5 for Luiz.
All right. I'm going to go 4. I mean, it's just...
Okay. You are funny. You don't like our defence today, do you?
I just think that, he was one of the reasons Leno was exposed at the end there, and that could have cost us the game. So I just, I just don't think he's great. And Pablo Mari, let's get to him. I think that he is showing game after game his calmness, his great distribution, his positional prowess. He just has this sixth sense of where to be. And for me, he gets a 7.
So you get a clean sheet, one centre half gets a 4, and the other one gets a 7.
She likes Murray.
I am. And you know what, Newman? Yes, I'm so over the ex-Chelsea players.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's just my opinion. Why not?
I'm just smiling because, clean sheet and one centre half gets a 4.
Why do we have a clean sheet? Not because of David Luiz, because of Leno. That's why we have a clean sheet.
That's what it's a defence, isn't it? That's what a defence does.
No, that's what the goalkeeper did.
No, a goalkeeper is part of the defence, Sophie.
Right, what do you give him?
That's the last
Kev?
line of defence.
What do you give him on a rating?
I give Pablo Mari 7.5.
Okay, and I give him 7.
Well done. Good ratings.
Yeah.
Let's move to the midfield. PG, who do you want to start with first?
Are we starting with the original 11? Let's start. I don't know where you want to start.
Yeah,
right.
original.
Let's go with El Neni.
Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah,
4.
go on. I didn't think he was that bad. Okay.
He is absolute garbage. He slows the game down. He is a snail. He passes sideways and backwards all the time. And it was evident that we were missing Xhaka in that midfield, which is shocking to say out loud, considering the peaks and troughs Xhaka has been through over the last few months. But to be fair to Xhaka, he changed the game when he came on. The energy, I mean, that left foot volley, if that had gone in, are you serious? Like, please, El Neni 4. Didn't even play for Chelsea, PG.
I know. Kev?
Look, everyone in chat agrees. Look,
they
fours.
do.
Except for Carl, he's giving him a 7. Maybe
I thought El Neni was all right
2 weeks ago.
I'll be honest with you. I thought El Neni was all right today. I'll give him a 6. I'll give El Neni a 6 today.
4s and 5s in chat.
Okay.
I don't care what you put in that
Exactly. Doesn't matter
chat.
what anyone says.
That's what I see, and I give El Neni a 6.
Oh, now you don't care about our chat group, huh?
No,
I said I don't care what you put. And if they want to argue about it, we'll do it on Kev Says.
Oh my
5s.
Kev, you're very feisty.
Yeah, that midfield. Listen,
it's because I'm back, isn't it? It's like,
and I still want to change the midfield.
Right. So I'm giving El Neni 5. 5.5, 5. Yeah. I wouldn't agree with Carl, not 7, but I don't think it was. I'd say 5.5. Next one.
All right. Next one. Let's go with Willock.
Willock.
Oh, gosh. He gets a 3. He was really poor. Listen, we have to move on up as a club. Our expectations need to be a lot higher than this. If we're talking about getting rid, and we're going to be hard on players like Willian and Pepe and David Luiz when they play bad or whatever, we've got to start being a bit more ruthless with some of the youth that just don't have the same talent as a Saka or an Emile Smith-Rowe or someone we bought at a bargain for 8 million euros like a Martinelli. Willock, I'm sorry, I've got to call it on him. I've seen enough to know he just doesn't. No, he's not the answer. 3.
Kev?
I'll give Willock 5. It wasn't great, but he weren't. I don't think it was that terrible, but he just weren't great.
It depends what we go down 5. To. Are we going to like 1 to 10? Because if it's
always
below
1 to 10,
right? So then I would give Willock a 4 because I just thought he was not good,
right?
But he wasn't horrific. You know what I mean?
I just whatever.
Yeah.
He's not getting good grades, you guys.
No, but I think Willock needs to go out on loan. I really do. I think he needs a loan.
Said it before, yes.
Oh right, okay, cool.
About on loan for a really long time, like.
No, that's Willian. Willian's going on loan.
Him too.
Right. Next one. Your favourite, Pepe. Kev?
I'll tell you this much. I thought there was times where Pepe done okay. And I think sometimes he's let down by other players because he put a couple of good crosses in what we should have been on the end of. I'm deadly serious, but I give Pepe a 6.
Ooh, that's quite high. I'd go as high as a 5, and I think that's complimentary. He wasn't very good tonight. But me and Kev have always championed him. And the thing is, I just want it to work. But I'm starting to think £72 million. We're not getting a lot for that money. But what I would say is we need to consistently play him with the same team. But I'll give him a 5. So if I don't even need to ask you, I don't think, do I?
A 4.
This could be the low.
-1.
You know, if Willock's a 3, Pepe gets a 4 just because of the pass he made in the first half. Because in moments like that, you guys, it's like, where is that all the time? He could be doing that so much more often. He has a sweet left foot. He has a great technical touch. He has good vision at times, but his inconsistency and apathy as a player on the pitch, sometimes you think, does he just want to sit down and have a croissant? I'm not sure. You know, it seems like he wants a cafe au lait and a croissant, and you just want someone to like pat him on the back and, you know, make him feel safe and sound. And Mars Gunner, you are right. KC shaking his head, glad that me and PG aren't rating him in a game. This is very true.
Oh,
I've done that for years.
Oh,
what are you talking about, Mars Gunner? That one, especially down the bottom. I'm telling. I used to hear bloody shouts from the East Upper.
Your shit,
and you know you are.
Yeah, get off! I heard it all.
I mean, Pepe is an expensive, non-ROI return on investment player right now, and we've tried to squeeze him in. And Arteta at some point will lose patience with him. I just can't see it getting any better. Right. Let's go to, how about Willian? Let's keep the low scores going. 1.
I wouldn't even give him 1. I'm afraid. I'm giving 0 plus a half. 0.5 I'm giving.
That would be 0.5, PG.
That's it, yeah. It's been a long week. Trust me. Right. I'm giving him 0.5.
0.5.
Yeah. And I don't even think he deserved
You get more than that for turning up.
And I'm giving him that for turning up and passing the ball once. Most of the time he got the ball, he gave the ball away.
I
do you know what? I don't really like talking bad of any Arsenal players that put a shirt on. No, I don't. I really don't. I won't abuse anyone.
You've done it to me for years.
I'll shout you.
You've done it to me for years, and
everyone want you to yell at Casey.
I actually watched your whole pod last night, today, with the FA Cup, and you brought back such brilliant memories and your goals, Kev. But anyway, I'm talking about Willian. You don't compare to Willian. I never gave you a 0.5. What's it called? 0.5. Anyway, 0.5 for Willian, because I'm sorry. I don't even. I'm Carl's giving minus 5. He did.
He missed that.
You know what? You know that old saying, he stank the place out. Yeah. Every game, I keep thinking that. And I said to you at the beginning of this pod, I would ask Mikel one question. And I just want to know. And I need to understand, because my brain is so inquisitive. It's like, why?
No.
That's it.
And unfortunately...
Hold on. I want to hear Kev's.
Oh, that's right. Super Kev.
Yeah.
What's your rating?
Because he's going to be nice because he's an ex-player, isn't he?
No, it's not. Listen, he struggled today. He did. He really did struggle.
Today?
No, today I said. Today. He did struggle today.
And we're saying today.
As in every bloody
today. Look, I'm going to give him a 4. He was poor.
That's not a poor rating, 4.
4 is poor out of 10. What are you talking about?
No, we're really
yours 4 out of 10.
Yours is diabolical. Your score is diabolical.
Well, it's my score and I'm sticking to it.
Right. No, that's fine. I'm not telling you to change. But don't ever go at me for when I say mine, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Highbury Squad post-game show after winning a game.
Yeah.
And going through to the next round of the FA Cup.
Let's just move on past Willian and we'll all be happy. We might not be that happy.
It's not going to get better, even though he scored at the end. How about I go first with this? I mean, he missed a couple chances. His positioning, his confidence, getting stuck into the game, the lanes that he runs sometimes. I mean, he's just not in the zone right now. So for me, Aubameyang got the goal. So he gets a 4 because of the goal at the end. And he got the goal at the end because who came into the game? Lacazette. But we'll get to him. All right. PG.
Yeah, same. I can't go higher than a 4. And that's why I can't believe Kev's ratings are 4 for Willian, because 4 would be for Aubameyang. No. He did try.
Aubameyang's more than 4, man. Come on.
PJ.
I'm hearing some stuff tonight, man. I'm telling you.
Let me finish. I would give him a 4 because he did try. He was in the right position for once to score the goal. That was a beautiful little cross from Tierney, as per. I'd give him a 4. Look, it's a very different feeling for Aubameyang. We're all desperate for him to start scoring. Well, he scored one now, so let's hope he can just continue, because we want our best striker in the club to keep scoring. You know what? Go on, Kev. I'll give a 4.
Yeah. Well, I give a 6 to Aubameyang. I give a 6 because don't make up your face like that, PG. What? It's amazing. It's amazing.
Kev's been way too generous.
It is amazing.
He's been way too generous.
No, and it's not. How do you mean way too generous? You're being disrespectful.
No, I'm not.
But hold on a minute. So how could you say I'm being too generous? Then when I say about you, no, I'm not. No,
Kev, you're right. You are right. You are right.
Yours.
You have got your opinion. It doesn't mean it's right. It's just your opinion.
No, that's right. Exactly. And I don't agree with you, but it's your opinion.
Yes,
so that's fine.
Go on.
I give Aubameyang a 6. I watched him intently from the start of the game. He had more energy about his game today. He was making better runs. He was getting in the box more for me. So, and then obviously to put the icing on the cake, when the youngsters and the better players came on, he gets a goal, which I'm pleased about. So I'm giving him a 6.
Our youngsters are making our senior players better. How bizarre is that?
Yeah, it was a big subject on the show this week. We did a whole bit on the youngsters just making them, so much better. And EFTV Media We adore you. Thank you for
we
the
love
generous
them.
comments. And Bernadette wants to know if Kev was watching the same game as us. Great question. Welcome to all 350 people plus in chat right now. Thank you for making us part of your Saturday night, Saturday morning or afternoon, no matter where in the world you are. The good news is we won and we're through to the next round. You wouldn't think it from some of our scores, but we're going to carry
Yeah, exactly.
on.
From some of our scores, you wouldn't think it at all. 0.5.
That is good for Willian. I would like to see everyone's chat scores for Willian if they think I'm wrong.
Well,
if
I
you think
put
I'm
them
wrong.
up. Did you miss it?
You could check it after.
Yeah,
come on, chat room. Give us a few of your Willian and I'll have a look.
I put them
I'm
all
on
up.
it now. No, I'm on it now. I'm on the chat.
Again,
Oh my
I
God.
don't
Well,
know what Bernadette was watching.
What a shit show this is becoming. Right, here we go. Let's get back on track right here.
Leave me alone, Bernadette.
Let's go to subs. So we subbed Willock. And who came on for Willock?
Hold on. Have we done the whole first 11?
Yeah. So let's do Xhaka. Here are your repeat Willians. -5, -5, 0, 0, 3, 4, 0, -1.
Oh, I can
feel
see
like
them,
I'm about to go into a Greek thing. My auntie.
Okay. Got a 4. Somebody agreed with me with the 4.
Well done.
But most agree with me.
Anyway,
okay,
to get a little bit serious again, I thought Xhaka changed the game when he came on in terms of possession, taking control of the ball, spreading it, just really much more.
He's a more experienced player.
Experience there.
You could see.
Yeah, he spread it about. For me, Xhaka gets a solid coming on as a sub, but the impact he had and the movement that we were able to execute once he came on with the other subs, you guys, for me, gets a 7 today. Xhaka. And if that volley had gone in,
oh, what a shot. What a shot. It was superb, but what a save. Xhaka.
It was a bit theatrical, wasn't it, though, the save? Just a little bit, maybe.
I thought it was great. It was a very good shot. He's very capable of that, doing shots like that, Xhaka. I would probably say, I know everyone's saying 7, but I think it would be a 6, I'm afraid. I think he did help. He did. I can't criticise him tonight. I'm not a big fan of his, but I would go for a 6 for his effort and the shot. That's what I think. And 6 is quite a good mark out of 10.
Not bad.
Considering the amount of time he was on the pitch, I give him a 6. I think the Sakas and the Emil Smith-Rowe and Lacazette made things happen. I think Xhaka is good at keeping that ball ticking over, and he done that very well when he came on. You could see we missed it. We missed somebody who can get it and recycle it, etc. So, but that's to be expected. So I give him a 6.
Okay. How about Saka? I mean, are there any other superlatives left to describe this young player and what he means to Arsenal Football Club? I don't think there are there? I mean, he's amazing. He's become our most important player. Huge impact whenever he plays. Energy he brings. Totally different ball game. So for me, he gets a 7.
Oh, okay. I would say 8.
Reece Nelson.
Yeah. I did think there was one other we forgot. I'd give Saka an 8. I do believe that
I'd give Reece Nelson 5.
Wait, are you interrupting PG now? Huh? You know how you get.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Because you mentioned Reece Nelson and he was part of the first 11.
Right. Let's go back to Reece Nelson.
I'm done.
Right. Okay. Reece Nelson, 5. Probably a 5, probably around there.
Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I mean, in that first 2 minutes, that lofty ball on the left there, KC, I thought by a man, the way he touched that was an exquisite touch. Brilliant. It was a bit of a weak shot, and I thought, wow, he's going to have a really good game, but he kind of faded out in and out. I'll give him a 5. I loved seeing him get a chance, though, and I do think he has some talent. And I would sell Willock before I sold Reece Nelson.
But you know what, Soph? I think we've said it on air before. I think them youngsters need loans. They need to go and play week in, week out.
I think you're right about that, Casey. You've said it a lot, and
some of them need loans. Yeah, we're not loaning out our two jewels in the ground.
The jewels are playing.
No.
But
he would actually benefit at a team like Newcastle, wouldn't he, Reece Nelson? Like a team like that where there's a little bit of pressure from fans, you've got to perform versus going to a championship team. I think he's got the talent to play in the Premier League, but maybe for
championship. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Playing the championship.
PG got called back from her loan. She's back.
Back?
I know.
Somebody get rid of her.
I just keep coming back. It's a bit annoying, isn't it?
Your middle name's Boomerang.
What were your final scores for ratings for Saka? PG, you said 7, and 8, and KC?
No, I say 7.
I said 8.
Yeah, I say 7. You said 7, Soph.
Okay. Now, how about ESR?
83.
He got, for me, considering he got a red card as well.
Let's talk about that.
And then, listen, by the way, how can the referee just straight away give a red card when he never even saw the incident?
Because the Newcastle player screamed like you kicked him to the moon and back.
No, but so what if the player screams?
But to be fair, Kevin, I'm never on side of referees. They get that it's what he saw. But you know what? Big up to him because he went to the screen, and although I was shrieking where Cole told me off, he watched it 8-9 times. You only needed to watch it once or twice to see. And the fact that Danny Murphy was on our side said it all. Thank God. And to be fair, I don't even think it was a yellow. I really don't think it was a yellow. But anyway, thank God for VAR.
He gets a 9. He gets a 9 for scoring the winning goal and for having another energetic impact coming on the pitch. I mean, when he and we'll get to Saka and he. I mean, it just changed the game completely. And if anyone doesn't realise the importance of Lacazette this season, then you're not watching the same football game as we are. Lacazette, for me, came on, the interchange and play, the energy he brought on. He was only on for 15 minutes in the second half of extra time, but he gets an 8 for me, you guys. What about you?
No, for me, he gets a 9. I love him. I just love his energy, his creativity, his enthusiasm, what he brings to game, his skill, and his fabulous goal at the end. He gets a 9 for me.
He's a baller.
He's a 9 for me. You know, the way he links the play and the way he plays forward, he gets us up the pitch so quick.
Yep.
He picks the ball up and his first thing is, I'm heading that way. You're going to have to back me up, guys. Absolutely brilliant. And you know what I love? Sorry. He's so young. He's so young, but he's got such a huge talent. We've got to nurture it. We've got to nurture these guys because they're special boys.
Yeah. And I agree, but I don't think he needs to be managed like Martinelli does with his injuries. I think he needs to be in that squad every game, whether he's on the bench or playing. I love to see him, but I would like to say one of the things that about him is he has no fear. Him and Saka, they're like experienced professionals out there. You wouldn't look at them and think they look a bit nervous.
Are you talking about ESR and Saka, not Lacazette, right? Because
sorry, no, sorry. Yeah. I meant
we were on Lacazette's scores and stuff like that. But he and we were saying everyone in chat is saying Lacazzette's on fire right now. He brings everyone into the game.
I give Lacazette a 7.
Yeah,
really? Is that all?
I agree with.
He was on for 15 minutes. Bloody hell, to get a 7.
Hold on, he wasn't on. Did he come on in the second half? Time.
He was on for 15 minutes max, and he gets a 7. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
What did you give Aubameyang?
I gave Aubameyang, was it 7 or 6? One of the two. 6, I think.
Right, for me. All right, if we're only going on 15 minutes, I just thought he brought everything to the game. I thought he was the gel. I thought he was the one that made it all work. And I love Lacazette. I think now, generally, people are seeing what he brings. I'd give him an 8.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying on this show a lot, he's Bobby Firmino. He's underappreciated, does so much off the ball. And someone wrote in, and I was trying to find it, and I'm sorry I can't find it, but you can repost it, that he's the only one that can hold the ball up. And KC, you know that, this being your craft. Would you not agree with that comment, that Laka just holds the ball up better than any other forward?
Said it before, I'll say it again. Without him, Aubameyang struggles with his back to goal. Lacazzette's the only one who can do it. And you could see Smith Rowe and Saka thrive off that, because now it's the second goal where the three of them have been involved in a passing movement. Saka got the goal at West Brom, and now Smith Rowe gets the goal, obviously, at the Emirates, against Newcastle. So Lacazette plays a big part. Of course he does.
Yep. Guns and Yellow Ribbons, good evening. PG speaks the truth as opposed to the lies that you and I spout, Casey. lies!
No, the reason they said that was because actually when I was on their show pre-game, I said it will be 2-2 and we'll win it in extra time. And I got half of it right. But
that's good. Half is good enough.
Half is good. Yeah. They were after me when they went extra time. And I went, I have a feeling tonight he's not going to put out what we think. And he was right to. But anyway, well, have we rated all our players?
Yes, but we haven't rated Mikel Arteta.
I was going to say.
I do want to ask you, PG, are you seeing any quotes from Mikel? Because you usually bring them up, because apparently everyone in chat is talking about this quite a bit. Arteta said the Martinelli injury doesn't look good.
Oh,
There's
dear.
400 plus in chat right now joining us live post FA Cup third round, Arsenal v Newcastle. The Gunners win 2-0 in extra time. We're off to the fourth round. Let's see who we get in the draw. We're marching on for number 15. Even though some players were utter garbage, the beautiful thing is we're seeing what is important for the future. And these players that Arteta hasn't trusted fully, I think he's learning he can trust them now. What is the gaffer saying, PG?
Well, I haven't got it yet. When I get them, because I tell you the problem is Carl's on the chat. Carl's the one that gives me it.
Carl, let's ask Carl. Carl, put it on, will you?
I've asked him, and when I get them, I'll let you know. But let's rate Mikel, because I'll go first on this, because I'm going to give Mikel Arteta a 7.5 to 8. I think I'll go 7.5. I wasn't impressed with Willian starting, and I wanted Martinelli on the bench, but his substitutions were bang on. So I get a 3. That's not bad. I got a 2 last week. I will go 8 for Mikel due to the fact that he substituted right at the right time. Sorry, 7. What did I say? 7? Oh, whatever. Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 6.5. He did good. I think, I would have not had Martinelli in the squad, as I said earlier. He made substitutions, I thought, at the right time. I'll give him the 6.5 based on how he managed the game. He let them try to come out and affect the game in the second half after a really poor first half. But I agree with PG. Willian, for me, doesn't start anymore. He becomes this emergency player. Very expensive emergency player. So 6.5 for Mikel. He's learning as he's going, and he's starting to make better decisions.
Apparently the medical team have said Martinelli, EFTV Media have said it on our chat, that Arteta said it's not looking good. He's twisted his ankle, but that might not be too bad. I thought it was his knee.
Yeah, that's what you worry about. If it was his knee, then you start going,
Yeah, but I'm waiting for Carl.
Then, that's more palatable, I think. For me, Mikel Arteta gets 7.5. You knew there was going to be changes. You just didn't know who was going to be the changes. Obviously, not. I put it in our chat before and about the energy in this team. I don't know where it's going to come from. We struggled first half, especially. Second half, we weren't much better. Everything kind of kicked off when he started to make the substitutions. As soon as the substitutes come on, we started to have a bit more life. And culminating in Lacazette coming on, and then that terrible trio of Laka, Saka, and ESR takes centre stage.
Okay, see, when you said terrible trio for a minute, I thought you were going to be talking about us, but I was so happy how you...
No, I'm not terrible. You're not terrible, Sophie. There's only one person there that's terrible.
I've got quotes. I've got
Well, here she is.
She can't do two things at once. I mean, come on.
We need to thank Cole for these. Okay, this is quite interesting. Arteta on Willian. I think he was improving. He's been out as well because he was ill. He's missed 2 weeks of training and football. He had some good moments and other moments where he needed more help. We're going to keep trying with him. Right. Arteta and Martinelli. Yes, let me move on before you comment. Arteta or Martinelli, I'm gutted. I was in my office before the game and one of the medical staff came in and said he twisted his ankle. He was in tears and in a lot of pain. I saw him in tears on the pitch, actually. Yeah. Arteta on Smith Rowe. Well, that means we believe in him. He's becoming more and more important in the team. Well, that's good. That's what we think.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you give him the number 10 shirt? Everyone in chat, please chime in on this. Are you giving ESR the number 10 shirt once we kick Ozil out the door? Or would you prefer to see someone with a bit more experience, world class perhaps now, and have Emile Smith Rowe morph himself into the team more as kind of an understudy? KC?
I wouldn't give him the number 10 yet. I wouldn't. He's not the finished article, and he's still got a lot to learn. He's still a wonderful player, wonderful talent, but I think there's still major surgery that's needed, and there's still major additions that need to come in. So if they could get a world-class player, then you're going to give the world-class player a number 10, aren't you?
Yeah.
But he's going to prove to be a very, very, very good player for Arsenal if we can help him develop.
Yeah. PG, would you give it to him or would you let him wait a little bit too?
I don't care what number he's in as long as he's on the pitch and playing in the number 10 role. So I think I'm torn on this because I think it's a bit too soon, but I want him to have it. So maybe not yet, but I would in time. But I've got a quote, another one about Partey, which is interesting. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, let's just wrap this up real quick about Emile Smith Rowe. So, KC, why can Jack Grealish be like a superstar for Villa? Isn't ESR as talented as a Grealish maybe, or when Grealish started coming into the team?
Excuse me, Sophie. Mm-hmm. Emile Smith Rowe and Jack Grealish are two different levels.
But we're talking about young players being given a chance.
Yeah, but we're talking about two different levels, and we're talking about two different clubs.
But can you not compare the two?
No,
for me?
Can't.
Okay.
One's 20 years old. The other one's a full England international who's carried the team on his back. No, can't.
But what I'm saying is that.
But there's no comparison. What part of there's no comparison don't you understand, Sophie?
Well, what is it you don't understand about my question?
No, for me, no.
My question is, Villa have showed faith in Grealish, okay?
Yes.
And they've put him into a team because they were desperate for a player like him too. Arsenal too are desperate for a player like Emile Smith Rowe to have different talents and attributes, of course. But the point is why can't we show the same faith in young players that other clubs do? Look what Pep's doing with Phil Foden right now.
We are showing faith in Emile Smith Rowe.
I'm talking about giving him the number 10.
And I've already answered. I said no. What part of that? What's the problem? I don't get it. I said no. I wouldn't give it to him yet because I think Arsenal should go out and buy one. That's what I said. He'll have his time to develop. That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm not naive. I just like to ask questions and get the right answers. That's my job. That's what I do.
Definitely not naive. No.
Clearly, you don't hear the show enough to think that. Right, ESR. So, PG tips. What you got?
Oh, I came off that page. Hold on, let me go to that page.
What? I'm using the veto. What's this guy's talking about?
Right. Arteta on Partey. The reason he didn't play. We assessed the situation and how much training he's done, and he was a little bit short. He's feeling really good at the moment. He'll be playing Thursday night, won't he?
He'll be on the bench, I think.
Yeah. It'll be some form Thursday night. I don't mind starting him Thursday night. Listen, we've won another game, whether it's in the league or not, that's 4 on the trot. We just got to keep going, yeah? Momentum, we know we're not going to win every game, but let's just keep that momentum going.
Do you know, all right. This win makes Thursday even bigger now because we've got to win. Do
you know what's interesting? Trev Hilsey on the Guns and Yellow Ribbons podcast. He said what I was thinking. It's actually exciting and we want to watch Arsenal now. It's actually become to the point where we've got our juice is flowing. You know, we're excited. We go into Palace thinking, can we do this? Is it going to be a clean sheet? Are we going to beat them? Not like, oh God, we're in relegation. We've got to look at the lower half of the table. Let's just keep climbing. That's what I say.
Yeah, we've gone through. We would like to think we've gone through our blip.
Yes.
Just to make it clear, also, I'm not comparing Grealish to ESR. I'm comparing clubs giving young players an opportunity to be in their team permanently and to show faith in them. Let's not distort the two, okay? And I think Emile Smith-Rowe has done enough right now to be given more time. I don't think we should be buying a world-class number 10, for example, until the summer. I don't think the January transfer window is going to be conducive for us to be able to do that, because we've got way too much work to do behind the scenes financially to be able to make that happen. Right. What else do you have, PG?
No,
any other quotes?
No, that's it. That's my quotes done. But I just want to point out something funny. I'm not sure Sophie would have seen it because it was on English TV. Did you watch Ian Wright at half time, Kev?
What did he do? I heard this on Twitter.
It's so funny because it's Wright and Shearer and they're obviously acting as fans, right? And you know what Wright is like anyway. He's just brilliant. He got thrown a bit because he was being interviewed and he goes, why are these advertising boards on? Who are they advertising to? It was just so funny. In the seconds he did it, I was absolutely pissing myself because it's so right to do that. Because why is these boxes got advertising on? And he forgets he's on live TV, doesn't he? But no, it was funny. Just made me laugh.
He loves attention, doesn't he, Ian Wright?
No, it wasn't like that.
He does. I love him, but he really loves it.
It was thrown because he got caught in his eye of the advertising, and it was funny. Anyway.
Right. Any other observations today that alarmed you going forward?
Yes.
Casey?
Yes. Our midfield is rubbish. I'm telling you now, our midfield. If we had half a midfield, we would have put them to bed in the first half. Because Newcastle, they're a poor team. They are. But it just goes to show how poor our midfield is. Now, that's supposed to be our engine room. And we need a couple of youngsters, 20 under 20s, to come on and change the game for us. We're Arsenal. So this is the issue. And it was just staring at all. If it weren't staring at you, something's wrong. I want to see if Bernadette answers this one. Bernadette, did you see that? See your worth. You were watching the right game. Because you know what? We'll get away with it in games like this, but we won't get away with it in other games. So, we need to, if we can do some business for that midfield, we need to do it.
So who do you want to party? Who do you want to help party?
Well, look, we've been linked to all sorts of players, but we need somebody somebody who can do a bit of everything. That's what we need.
We need two parties, don't we?
Yeah, we need somebody. Party can do everything.
Yeah,
we need another one because there's times where if you're ever in a two, there's going to be times where he goes and there's going to be times where he sits and you go. And you've got to be able to go forward, produce, and there's got to be times where you sit in the midfield and let Thomas Partey go. So it's got to be another player. I've mentioned Basuma, the Ndidis of this world or whatever. Or there might be other players all over Europe. I know they're the scouting network, they'll be looking. But we need another one in there like that, I tell you.
Look, Bernadette. It's agreed with you.
Casey's right.
Bernadette.
We love you, Bernadette.
Don't faint. Don't faint.
Right, I've got some more quotes. I think these will be the last ones.
Casey throwing the chicken sink at Bernadette.
Yeah, the chicken sink, man.
Look at Carl getting all funny. Look,
love it, Carl. Love it, Carl.
Bless him. Right. Mikel Arteta admitted that his side made it hard for themselves against Newcastle and should have put the game to bed much earlier. Arteta, we keep winning on the emotional roller coaster of Smith Rowe. I was going mad because no way was that a red card. Then he scores the goal. It's a beautiful game.
It is a beautiful game.
He would have been saying that if he was sent off.
No, I mean, sometimes winning ugly is fine, but yeah. And also this Party and ESR. Oof, that is a really sexy proposition for me. I like that. And Bernadette says we need a few parties, PG. So Bernadette's ready to come and entertain.
Who wants to party? Party?
Yep.
We need DJ Tony for that.
So he'll be more than happy to oblige. So midfield, I think we can all agree. But also, if Lacazette isn't playing, the energetic youthfulness that we have infused into the team, PG and KC, isn't as abundant, is it? So it's important that Lacazette plays and always starts down the middle now. Do we agree?
100%. Well, does he ever play anywhere else?
Well, he can and has done in his career.
I'm just saying for us, does he ever play anywhere else other than down the middle? Because I think everybody realizes his strength.
Yes.
Yeah. Arteta realizes his strength.
Yeah, totally. Listen, Dan, if you ask for it, I'll deliver.
Yeah, there you go.
I love seeing that on the pod.
Look at that beautifully coiffed afro. Pink.
It suits you, Kev.
Of course it does.
Right.
It goes with the tie.
Right, he looks like a baby there. Like literally like a baby brother. Right.
Yeah,
there.
I was just about to say that, like a baby brother.
Man, we go from that. Look, our old Bravehearts right there to our new Braveheart right here. Let's do our man of the match. Who's the man of the match, you guys?
Him.
Braveheart. Right there.
This guy right here again. Let's just give him what he deserves.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give it to Smith Rowe.
No.
I'm giving it to Smith Rowe. Match winner. I'll give it to him.
Let's ask the chat room. In the chat room.
I want goals.
Yeah, no, I know you do. But I'd be interested to see because I thought Tierney all along. But we'll see.
Now that's a shock. Newman agrees with you.
I know. Newman's lovely. He even asked where I was last week.
Really?
I think out of 400 people, he's the only one that missed me.
He just wants you to say chicken sink again. I think that's hilarious.
No, but when you ask me to say it, it's not funny. No. When I'd say it just off the cuff, I like saying that.
I know. I'm always going to have that red wig picture, though, on deck, you guys, just so I'm going to go digging deep on the internet to see what else I can find. Kieran Tierney's the runaway winner far in chat for man of the match. Guns and Yellow Ribbons agrees. Lee Boy. Dan wants to give KC a red card. You're going to have to explain to us why. Dan?
We're happy to give him a red card.
Very happy to give him. I only have yellow here.
But ask him why. He's got to explain why.
George says Tierney, and a whole bunch of other people also say Tierney. Listen, I'm sure if there's anything else for us to discuss. We've gone through the game. It wasn't very exciting, to be honest. We won in the end. We made some substitutions. Arteta got that right. We clearly have still some issues with certain players. We know how he's kind of looking to evolve the team. Hopefully we'll continue our winning ways in the Premier League because that's the next big hurdle is to get 3 points against Crystal Palace. And we play on Thursday, you said, PG. Is that correct?
I know. I kept saying we've got a week off till next Saturday. It's 8:00 Thursday night, which is a little bit strange, but everything's strange at the moment, isn't it? So, yeah. So let's do predictions.
No,
let's do this real quick because a couple of people have asked me to ask KC about Balogun, and very indicative today that he wasn't in the squad. Obviously, we expect that with players like Mustafi who are looking to shift and stuff. What's your thoughts, KC? A lot of people are really upset about this, especially upset because they like what prospect he can be, and they're worried that we're going to give away another great talent.
But he doesn't want to stay. So what do you do?
Does he not want to stay, or does his agents not want him to stay? Because we discussed this before.
Look.
I want Balogun to look at Nicolas Anelka's career.
Let's not get into this. It is all down to the player. All of it. So
I don't agree.
Was it really Nicolas Anelka wasn't down to him?
He's too young, Kev. He's too young.
How are you shaking your head?
Do not tell me.
About?
Someone
if the player says I'm staying.
Yeah. I agree with you. 100%. I agree with you.
Talking about.
Yeah.
I've got a son the same age with all his friends. I know. If the player says I'm staying, the agent doesn't say you're not.
No, But he might say you're not because I can get you more money.
No, but that's up to the player. That's the question, isn't it?
And you'll be playing more football if you don't stay at Arsenal. I do believe the agent's got a lot to do with it. What I would like to say is people saying he should have played today. If he doesn't want to sign for us and doesn't play for us, then he shouldn't play. I was really annoyed when Nasri played for us. I was talking about this before as well. When we knew Nasri was going and they picked him. Oh, that's terrible.
You're talking about experienced player to a young kid.
Yeah, but Kev, you can't.
Different.
You surely didn't want to pick him.
It is different. That's why. Why is he not involved then? Because he's not going to sign. He doesn't want to sign.
That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't be involved. He shouldn't be involved.
When you've got experienced players, they play. We're even seeing Mustafi play, for God's sake.
Yeah, but we want him gone, so
no,
different. We don't want Balogun
going. We know he's going. Balogun, if Balogun wanted to stay, he would be involved.
Let me ask you both this question, because I think there's a reason. Arteta's very clever. He's very calculated sometimes in his press conferences. And I thought that his comment on the agent, where clearly he said the player wants to stay, the manager wants him to stay, the club want him to stay, but I'm not really sure about the agent. That's
my point.
That was shots fired at the agent, Casey.
Yeah, but don't forget. Listen to me. You two are not naive. You're not naive. You've been around the game long enough. Who do you reckon's going to take all the flack? The player or the agent?
Player.
No, how? You've already blamed the agent. So how is the player going to take the flack?
Because he always
the player who signs.
Who got the flack? Robin van Persie was vilified when he left Arsenal. Cesc Fabregas the same. Nasri,
Sophie.
Okay, I need to say
talking about an experienced player to a young kid here.
Yes, and that's my point. That's my point.
They are two different entities. An experienced player will get the flack. A young kid is not going to get the flack. The agent's going to take the flack because you people are going to say, oh, he's too young, he don't know. He does know, and he's the one who signs.
Kev, let me just say something. You can't... Harold's Balogun? Do we know how old Balogun is?
1920.
Right.
19,
Not
20.
every 19, 20-year-old is a strong personality that knows what they want. They can be manipulated. Kev, not everyone's as strong as your son. That's all I'm going to say. If someone puts it in his head that he's going to get more money and he shouldn't play for Arsenal and Arsenal are this, I'm not saying
PG.
That's my point.
PG. So I'm going to ask you, let me ask you a question then. So Mikel Arteta saying Balogun wants to stay, but I don't know about his agent. Who is that directed at?
The agent.
You sure? Are you sure? That's directed at the agent and not the player to sort himself out.
The clown's
not everyone's strong, though.
You guys still can't see the clown picture, can you? No, there it is. Sorry. Thought I'd break it up a little bit. No, but here's the scoop, Casey. When Serge left, who got the blame when Serge left? Was it the agent? He was young when he left Arsenal.
No, Wenger got the blame for that.
Wenger got the blame for that.
No, remember, when Serge left, nobody was saying anything until Serge really blew up. Yeah. And then everyone's saying, oh, we should have never let him go.
Well, they're right.
Arsenal never developed him properly.
Well, he had an injury, right? He was injured before.
Yeah, but Arsenal never developed him. He went on loan. He done the rounds.
Well, he also wanted to go back. He went back to Germany.
He went back to Germany and he started developing. The bottom line of it is, ladies, if Balogun doesn't want to sign and people can blame his agent all he likes. When you're the player, you are the one who signs. So it's down to you. Don't blame no agent. The agent doesn't sign. It's the player. So stop trying to be, he's only young and he could be manipulated. Nonsense.
Anelka's head was turned by his brother when he was at Arsenal.
Nonsense.
Anelka's was turned.
Absolute nonsense. Nicholas Anelka wanted to leave, so he did.
Have you not seen the documentary?
Listen, Kev, he says in the documentary his head was turned by his brothers and maybe it wasn't the right decision.
Oh, he wants to leave. What part of wanting to leave don't you get?
It's not the point of him wanting to leave.
Not every 19-year-old is strong and confident to say no to an experienced agent.
I never said they
who's
are.
Who's going to
what I'm
put
saying
the dollar
is,
signs.
But anyway. You see, you're bypassing what I said initially. I said if he wants to stay, it's in his head, I want to stay. He will tell his agent, I want to stay.
But if he's not sure and he's wavering...
Well, if he's not sure and he doesn't want to stay, then he leaves.
No, not sure is not...
What you get?
No, not sure and not want to stay is a bit different. He could be...
No, I said if he signs elsewhere, if he leaves, he wants this because he wants to leave. It's not because of his agent. That's my point.
But people in life, Kev, just because the three of us are quite strong, they do get manipulated. I remember years ago, I was pushed into certain ways of thinking and things. So I'm just saying, I believe an agent has got into his head.
Hold on a minute, PG. Pushed into certain ways of thinking is one thing. But when you're having to put your signature on a contract, that's different. That is different.
Okay, we'll agree. Listen, it may be different.
There's no agree to disagree on this one. This is my forte.
Hold on one second. Look, if I get offered a job, let's say I'm working at Fox and Sony Pictures offer me a job, which they did, right? I mean, I didn't have an agent. I'm not an actor, right? But you are in a union, say, for example, a publicist union or whatever. I'm going to look to move for prospects. Everyone, all of us who have been in corporate jobs and stuff, you know, it's not the same as being a professional athlete. But for example, if I'm working at Fox and Sony come and offer me more money, I'm going to want to take more money. You're always going to gravitate maybe to where the money is.
You're 49. He's 19.
No. I'm talking about when I was 19 years old.
I would have just been the other way. I would have listened to everybody.
I asked the advice of my dad, my mum, right? I don't have an agent. So he's asking the advice of his parents or his family, his agent. There are some players, Casey, and you can't absolutely say this about Nicolas. I can't deny this about Nicolas Anelka. He was probably one of the most exciting young players. Saka's probably the most exciting young player we've seen at Arsenal since Nicolas Anelka, perhaps, in the explosiveness and the way they can change a game on a whim all on their own. But Nicolas Anelka's brother was the one that turned his head to go to Real Madrid and leave Arsenal. Nicolas Anelka did not want to leave Arsenal at the time.
So why did he leave?
Money. Because
money.
Because he wanted to.
No,
he might not have wanted to. Oh
no. You, ladies, just listen a minute. Just listen for a second. If somebody turns your head, that's... If you want to do something here and then somebody turns your head to go over there, you go over there because you want to, not because you love it here.
I understand what you're saying, Kev. And I know you're trying to tell us in plain English, and I get that. I do understand what you're saying because he wanted to, but that you need to look outside the box and think, but maybe he's been pushed to do that. And it looks like he wants to. I'm not saying anything. He may want to go. He may not want to sign for us. But just sometimes at the age of that age, you can be manipulated into thinking that's the best, as Anelka was. And I'm not going to argue about that because he's actually admitted that himself. So I'm just saying, I hope that he signs. I know he's not proven, but I think he's got great potential. But it is what it is. And we can argue about this all night. But I'm not prepared to.
If Balogun goes, it's because Balogun wants to. If he stays, it's because Balogun wants to.
It's not that. All right, I'm giving in.
No.
This is a really good point by Sylvester. Thank you.
You can't look at all the branches on the tree. You can't. You have to look at the one branch, what he's on. So it's either he stays or he goes, and it's down to him.
Go back to that comment. Exactly before David's comment is exactly what I mean.
Which one?
That one? Before David, about being manipulated. That's exactly my point. It's not, you have to look at the branches, Kev. I really do believe that. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, we are going to move on because poor Richard Morris, thanks for joining. If you're bored, sweetheart, just grab a cup of tea. We're moving on now, so don't worry about it, okay?
I love the fact they tell us that they're bored.
I know, and I love that I call them out. Mr. Waffles, 2 years old. Yes, thank you so much. Someone said 29 versus 49. Thanks for letting everyone know how old I am, PG. We don't care about age on this show.
We don't.
We feel
I'm 49. Young. Oh, Kev's 51 next month, aren't you, Kevy?
You say how old are you? Did you say?
I'm 51. You're 51 next month.
Right. All right. The old girl of the group.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm proud.
People also very suspicious that KC is Balogun's agent, PG. including your BF. So you're gonna have
Kevin Balogun's agent. That's quite funny.
All right. Well, we're an hour and 9 minutes in. We've had over 400 people in the chat, and a lot of people are asking about this super chat thing. Because you'd like to donate. And to be honest with you, I haven't really looked into it, but I will. It feels weird taking money from people when you want to ask questions, to be quite honest with you. But we'll look into it. It's
super chat?
It's the way of the future.
They ask a question, they pay money and ask a question, and you prefer their questions.
Yeah, they get preferential treatment over other listeners in the chat. So
it's not what the Ivory Squad's about.
No, that's terrible. Hey, unless that money went to charity, I wouldn't take any money. You can ask me anything you want.
Kev getting a lot of sympathy in right now, but so are we. What are you sympathising with him for? I mean, he's the one going off tonight. Come on, show the old ladies here a little bit of love. Give us some sugar.
Hey,
old lady.
There's only one old lady.
Speak for yourself. You're only 2 years younger than me.
Hey, so there's only one old lady here.
Someone on the pod this afternoon said I was lying, that I was 52. I said I'm not 52. Not for another 6 months. And I'm 52.
I know. We actually do, if I may pat us all on the back. We
Tony,
don't do
yes.
bad.
You see Tony? I like
No,
Tony.
we didn't see Tony's comment. Move on.
I Tony.
I just hit that one by accident.
I like Tony.
Yeah, listen, we love and adore you guys. 400 plus strong in chat tonight, and we just go with the flow in our post-game shows wherever the conversation takes us. It's always good fun and everything. PG wants to do some predictions before we play the Eagles on Thursday, and we'll be back for whoever can make it a post-game show after Palace, so make sure that you're going to join us then. Plus our lockdown series volume 2 returns next week as well. And remember, you've got to do your lists, because we're going to have a show next week. Get your homework done too, PG, where we're doing categorizing Arsenal players. Who's a real legend, who's a cult hero, and an icon, because we got into this organic conversation last week where people were starting to throw out
we were cutting
legends.
the icon, weren't we?
We're cutting the icon
and we were just making it like a player. So it was player, cult hero, legend.
But it's all opinions, isn't it? So no one can be right or wrong. Yeah.
Because you can be.
You can't be. It's so funny. Right. Can I just say something before we log off?
Go on.
I haven't been able to be on at all this week, and I probably won't in the next few months. It's work reasons. It's no other reason. I really want to thank everyone for messaging me, DMing me on the show as well. I saw, because I do watch every show. Thank you so much for caring. It means a lot. It's just work stress. There's a lot going on. I'm in the property market. So if anyone in England knows about the property market, it is... I'm even doing work on a Sunday. I never, ever work weekends. So thank you anyway. But I'm part of the hybrid squad. I'm always on, I say I'm always on social media, but I haven't been much this week, but I will try and answer. So when I can be on, I love the show. I love being with these two, but keep watching and keep supporting, and thank you so much.
PG,
yes, Kev.
I just want to say, everybody, the truth is it's part of her loan agreement when we took her back.
It's not true. I've got no work to do.
She could work more. We got to let her work more.
Yeah, Kev would have me on once every 2 weeks.
No, I wouldn't. You know I love you to bits.
I know.
You know what?
A bit. Newman missed me a bit.
I love you. I know. We love you to bits, babe. You know that.
Thank you. It's just been tough. But also,
I think
I'd like to do a big shout out. Sorry, I have to do this every week to the NHS workers over here. So it's getting worse and worse all the time. People, please stay in. Please, we just want to get our lives back. Wear the mask, social distance, wash your hands. Big shout out to anyone in the NHS that's watching this as well. You are our heroes. Stay safe and well to everybody around the world, everywhere, because this virus is not leaving us at the moment.
No, it certainly isn't. And things just get tougher as we go. We've got to just grind it out and stick together. And that's why, hopefully, our show, and thanks for all the notes that you send to us, because the fact that you guys enjoy it just means the world to us. Lee Boy, That's hilarious, by the way.
I love that.
I love it
that.
too. You know what's really funny? Quite a few people have sent a no. And Carl, you're right. Listen, if you like us, hit the like button. If you don't, then that's cool anyway.
And subscribe as well.
We can still be friends, but definitely subscribe if you found us by chance this evening, and if you are a regular listener, please do hit the like button on the episode. You know what? Did you tell her that we won today and we're still arguing? I would say PG in case you're arguing. I did less of the arguing tonight. Kind of proud of myself.
We don't.
I did say Sophie.
I said it at the beginning as well.
And I got a chicken sink in as well, so don't worry about that.
I loved it when I was watching you the other night and you were going, Sophie. But
we got to make t-shirts. We're going to start making some swag, some Highbury Squad swag. Maybe a beanie or a t-shirt. We'll put all of our favourite slogans on there.
Chicken sink, Sophie, PG tips. It's quite funny, really.
Rather sell some swag than ask people to send us money to just ask us a question. That's the beauty about our show, is that you have the accessibility to us and a hero and a legend like Casey all week to ask questions, and that's just an amazing thing. Right, and it's true, it's debating, not arguing. Thanks, Crash. Very good.
We argue all the time, every day. If they saw our WhatsApp group.
Hi to your girlfriend too. Oh
it's like a family. If we all lived together, it would be shut. The doors would be slammed and everything.
There he is again. That Newman, you see, there he is again.
I actually think Newman's one of our funniest on this channel, isn't he? When he comes on. Where is Newman from? I want to know a lot about Newman. We should know about the people that tweet us, and also in the chat room. We want
Newman
to know about
used to watch Casey play. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Newman was
you wouldn't mess with Casey on the pitch.
Well, you did.
I was in the stand. It's quite easy.
In the stand away from me. Campbell, yes, she's giving me all that. Look, I love it. Look,
Super Kev, Super Who?
Oh my God! You know what? You guys?
Come on! I used to sing your song all the time, and I still remember it. Oh, he's North London. Excellent.
Yeah,
because I thought it was German because he's got the Newman thing. Oh, anyway, don't worry. Because he spells it Numan and he's got that picture up. But anyway, North London boy. That's good.
Doing a Terrera. So amazing.
I love Mars Gunner.
You've left and maybe coming back, or you are back. I don't know, Mars Gunner. I don't know.
Oh, on loan. Yeah. No, I'm not on loan to anywhere. I did Guns and Yellow Ribbons pod before because they asked me, and that was nice. But no, this is my pod. This is my brethren, or whatever you call them.
Well, look, we love you guys, and we're going to be back on Monday. And in the meantime, listen, we're through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. We're going for number 15.
Oh!
Hashtag 15.
Tell them, PG. Now you're back. You get to do it.
I'll tell them, Misty. Always Arsenal.